Okay, I'll just run through some of its features. Let's try and get the screen lined up. There we go. There's a few reflections off the lights rather than they're not really scratches. It's just you can see the light reflecting. The screen is currently blank because I keep it in sleep mode, which significantly increases the battery life. To exit sleep mode, you can push either button. I'll just push the top one, and let's go back one there. It comes up with the time, 1 minute past 7. The two buttons will take you forward or backwards through the different modes, and to enter a mode you hold the top button down for about 1 or 2 seconds. So let's go to the first one, which is chrono, typically a stopwatch. Let's click and hold that one down, and then here we are, stopwatch with the time displayed at the bottom as well. We click start, it starts, click stop, it stops, and hold the button down, it'll reset. The second function, pre-dive, you'd normally enter pre-dive 2 or 3 minutes before hopping in the water. It gets the watch ready, and it then automatically starts recording your dive when you submerge after about 2 minutes. It saves you having to remember to turn it on to the dive record mode. So if you click and hold pre-dive, and it's telling me what the current time is, the temperature, and the fact that I'll be diving on air. And there's no depth, obviously, I'm at the surface. Alright, so you leave it like that, and then you just hop in the water and it'll automatically start recording your dive. Let's click and hold that one down. The next function is mode. This lets you choose whether you're diving on air. You can modify the ratings of air, nitrox, that sort of thing. You can also have a bottom timer running. You can do a free dive. I normally leave it on air, and that's your typical tank fill. Push and hold that one down. The other, next one across is set. This lets you set either the sort of diving you'll be doing, or the timing features like 24-hour clock and that sort of thing. So let's go back to dive and click and hold. So this lets you set various parameters for doing a dive. I've honestly never used this part of it. I just have mine set up for when it's on salt water anyway. So that if you're doing any freshwater diving, you'd probably change it, but that's written in the instructions on what to do. Okay, the other function within set is to set the time. I hold this one down. I've got mine on 24 hours, the current time, date, and how I want things set up. You can put in an alarm. You can have it 2 times running if you want, so you've got a different time zone. Sleep, if I press and hold now, okay, it's gone back into sleep mode, and like I said, that significantly increases the length of the battery. And we'll just get out of that and get out of the set mode. Okay, and log. So here we have your actual dive log. We press and hold the dive log, and what have we got here on the 20 meters. Oh, that was a free dive one. Let's just go back to a dive. Here we have a dive at 6.9 meters, an average depth of 5.5. The bottom time, the time you went in. If you click and hold it again, it'll then bring up the temperature and your dive time. So you've got all those different functions. And let's go back one. You can then scroll through all the other dives that you may want to record, and just keep going. Other than log, you can use it for planning diving. I haven't normally planned a dive. I find that, you know, on a Beta Dive Master will tell you your maximum bottom time you're allowed, that sort of thing. And most shore dives I do are to within 10 meters, so I haven't used the dive planning function much. But again, how to use it is explained in the manual. We'll just enter it. You can set the depth and the bottom time if you're using air or whatever. PC lets you connect it to a computer. Again, I've not used that one, but it is explained on how to do it. I think you need to download some software or get it from Mares. That's like an optional thing, and I think it needs an extra lead, which I've never used. Don't even have one. And then finally, the info. If we click and hold that, it has various bits of information about the watch. The only one I've ever really taken any interest in is that bottom symbol, which shows you how much battery life we have. you can see the battery is almost fully charged. There's a lot of life in the battery, and this battery has been in for at least 2 years. By keeping it in sleep mode a lot and not having the display active, you do save an awful lot of battery time. Let's just go back to, and that takes us back to the start, showing us the time. Alright, I'm just going to put it back into sleep mode to save the battery. So into set, click and hold, choose time, and then just scroll through these ones till I get to sleep, click and hold. Okay, and now it's in sleep mode. It'll stay like that, stick it in the cupboard until your next dive, and then just turn it on again.